Hello, everyone. Yesterday we talked about wills in Georgia, and we have people call us quite frequently with questions about wills, and thought we might address some of these questions. I'm Raluca. I'm an attorney who provides estate planning, immigration, and family law services, and I'm here with my marketing and office manager, Nina Clear. Your interactions help others to see our videos. Thank you for helping us to have as many people as possible see our videos with all your likes and shares and comments. And always send us your questions. We're here to help.
Okay, so I have had many people call and ask this here, and I also worked in Utah in the records department, and people would call and ask there, who keeps the will once it's written?
It is best if the person whose will it is keeps it. You can keep it in a safety deposit box at a bank, only if someone else has access to that. So don't put it in a safe deposit box and nobody knows about it.
Right, or they don't have access because they have to get a court order and it takes a while.
It takes a while, yes, and your will is not going to be probate in the meantime. Also, you can keep it in a fireproof safe at your home. But again, make sure you have someone that has access to that. There is also an option with a fee to file it with the county where you live with the clerk of the court. Make sure that you inform people that you trust where you have your will and who have your will.
And that you have a will, right?
Or that you have it, yes, in the first place, yes.
Okay, so you as an attorney don't keep a copy for your client.
Well, as attorneys, we are only required to keep documents for a certain time period. So I don't suggest that people rely on their attorney to have a copy of their will, because we don't know when they will pass away. So it can be, the attorney might not have it anymore.
So we hope as our client that you live for decades.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
You might write the will, even though we suggest a yearly review. So chances are it would be known, we want to make sure that you have it and your family can get to it. So the other thing is sometimes we have people say, I'm really young, I don't need a will. Is there an age that you think someone should be before they get a will?
Georgia says that anyone over 14 years old can have a will. I absolutely recommend it as soon as you're expecting the child, at least at that time, you should create a will for the care and keeping of your child if something happens to you.
And does your will have to have any witnesses?
Yes, you have to have 2 witnesses.
Can the witnesses be anybody?
Well, there are restrictions. It can be anyone, that it doesn't have to be people that you know, but whoever is a witness cannot inherit anything in the will. So if they sign that will, you cannot leave them something in that will. So, or if you do, that inheritance is considered void.
Do people pay taxes on the things they inherit?
They do, depending on the value, and I would talk to an attorney about that because this can change.
What about if you say, I don't want to decide about everything, I'm just going to give my kids my house and they can figure out who gets what in the house? Is that okay?
Yeah, if you leave your house and all your belongings to your children or anyone, then it becomes theirs and they can decide what happens to it, and they can also decide if they don't want to give anything away, or they want to give something away, but they don't have to.
Okay, so what about illegitimate children? Can they inherit in Georgia?
If paternity has been established, as we talked about in a few of our other videos, they can inherit. There is also some case law where a child can prove with 97% certainty that they are genetically related, and the man has treated the child as their own throughout their life. That has allowed them to inherit. But if you have a circumstance like this, I would talk to an attorney.
Can you include properties outside of Georgia in your will?
Yes, you can.
What about properties outside of the country?
You can. However, again, the rule of the foreign country may need to be considered. So it's a good idea to speak to an attorney about that.
So which law governs your will and belongings?
If you die in Georgia, it is based on Georgia's probate code.
Does your will need to be typed up or can it be handwritten?
Either one, though a typed version, depending on your penmanship, is probably easier for everyone to ensure your wishes are followed.
And I know that you said you were concerned because you had somebody tell you that if you and your husband died at the same time, your children could go to the state. Is that right?
That may be true if both parents are deceased for children under the age of 18 and neither parent had a will.
So can you explain a little bit more about that?
Well, if you die and the other parent is alive, that parent becomes the guardian of the children or the child, even if you have named someone else as a guardian. However, if your child's parent died before or at the same time as you, also who are also the parent, of course, and neither of you had a will, the probate of juvenile courts will have a guardianship hearing to determine who takes the custody of the children. And during that time, the child may be in the state's custody. Typically, the judge will try to place them with a biological relative, but if the child is over 14, they also consider their wishes and may be placed with a family member.
And is there anything else that is necessary in a will?
Well, it needs to be written according to the laws of the state, and Georgia requires that a will be dated. And I just want to mention again, if after you have a will, you want to modify it, if you just send a letter to a friend telling them how you change your mind in your will, that's not going to be a valid change of your will. So you need to contact your attorney and change it properly. We hope you have, we hope we answered some of your questions, and please, if we didn't cover something, please reach to us, and thank you for watching and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.